You don't need to go to Niagara Falls when you can eat some Brian balls.
What's going on, diecast collectors and diecast reviewers on YouTube? This is OBB, the diecast news guy, and yes, welcome guys to a brand new episode of the NASCAR diecast news. It's been almost a month now since the last time I've done an episode of the NASCAR diecast news, and this is going to be episode 211, and I'm already going to get right into it, guys. I mean, nothing like taking a nice little break from YouTube and getting back to do some diecast news like I always do, so back and better than ever. But yeah, guys, we got a lot of stuff to talk about, so this is going to be a pretty extended episode. This is going to cover like the last 3 weeks of diecast news that we have, and we don't have any new diecast releases to show you guys, but I do got a lot of cool prototype pictures to show you guys from Stuart Haas Racing, and also from from 3 teams. We got Stuart Haas Racing, Richard Childress Racing, and Joe Gibbs Racing, and all these pictures are from Lionel Racing, so some nice prototype pictures of 124s and 164 diecast. So really cool. We got about like 30 plus pre-orders to be talking about, including what happened at the last few weeks of NASCAR regarding with the recent race at Auto Club, Las Vegas, and ISM, and all the other race wins as well, and all the pre-orders that came along with that as well. And you know how we remembered the last 2 episodes of the diecast news had no cancellations? Well, we had 8 cancellations to be talking about this episode. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and shut up and bring you guys the official episode of the NASCAR diecast news. But before we do that, guys, let's go ahead and get right to that wonderful slideshow. Alrighty guys, this is OBB. Welcome to the NASCAR diecast news, and let's go and get things started with not your newly released diecast, but these are actually, I don't know, maybe I could say this is the newly released prototype pictures that we got, courtesy of our good friends at Lionel Racing. So all these were on the, well, all but one picture were on the last couple episodes of the fix. So let's go ahead and start off with the Richard Childress Racing 50th anniversary prototypes that we got. We got a picture of the 164, and right in the background we got the 124 as well. But this is going to feature all the 50th anniversary cars that we got, and 2 of them are Austin Dillon, and 1 of them is Daniel Hemrick. So right here we got the Dow 50th anniversary gold cars, so really cool. And a lot of people are probably wonder if this is the final product. It's not. That's basically what prototypes are, guys. So I know a lot of people are pretty concerned about how the gold looks, but I'm sure it's going to look a lot more metallic-y. I'm assuming it's going to have like a metallic finish, probably like how the Johnson throwback car from last year for Austin Dillon had. I mean, it probably has to, because otherwise you can't really consider this car gold. But, you know, I mean, they do look very finicky for now. And to go along with that, we also got the Bass Pro Shops car for Austin Dillon. That car is actually is marketed as a gold car as well. But you can see right there, they are both prototypes. And I don't know, I'm really digging the Bass Pro Shops one a little more than the Dow. But feel free to comment below which one you guys like a little bit more. I probably prefer the Bass Pro Shops one because, you know, that one definitely looks like Dale Earnhardt's old car, am I right? But to go along with the Bass Pro Shops car, we also got Daniel Hemrick's Bass Pro Shops Caterpillar Chevrolet Camaro ZL1. Same thing, like I said, with the Austin Dillon cars. The gold definitely looks, I don't know, almost looks like a beigeish color. It looks very dull, but knowing Lionel, I'm sure they're going to clean it up. I mean, I mean, have you guys seen any like photos? I mean, of how the prototype pictures are? They usually don't look like that when they get released. They usually touch it up, so that's what prototypes are, guys. But at least we're going to have a clear understanding of what these cars are going to look like. And also notice that I did got confirmation from Lionel Racing that they are not, and I repeat, they are not updating the 164s for the to have the big spoilers for the Camaros and the Toyotas. So we are going to be having inaccurate diecast from what it looks, but the 124s and the 120 and the 164 Mustangs will have the big spoilers, because, you know, that's a new mold. But the 120, so bottom line, the 124s, ARC and Elite will have these big spoilers, the updated spoilers, but the Camaros and the Toyota Camrys probably have to wait next year, since they are spending a lot of money on the molds. Well, they have like 3 new molds that came out with the truck mold and the Toyota Supra and the Ford Mustang. So I do understand that, but I'm sure a lot of people are going to be disappointed that it is going to be inaccurate, but is what it is, man. Alright, so that wraps up on the Richard Childress Racing 50th anniversary prototypes. Now to get on to another prototype picture that got released, which was actually on the Lionel Racing Marketplace. And I gotta give a quick shout out to the diecast fans, and also one of my good buddies, Jason A. Strain 69. He is also a YouTuber, and he posts a lot of diecast stuff on his not only his YouTube, but he also has an Instagram and Facebook. So I gave a quick shout out because he's been a big help with, he's been a good source for the diecast news. So I do appreciate your support, Jason, if you are watching this video. So maybe we'll have to do a collab in the diecast news one of these days. But he ended up finding some prototype pictures of some Stuart Haas Racing 164 diecast, which were on the Lionel Racing Marketplace. On the Lionel Racing Garage, and it's Eric Amarola Smithfield, gotta love that bacon, and the Clint Boyer Peak coolant antifreeze car. So really nice looking prototype pictures. It looks like they will clean this up just a little bit, but I mean, I know I don't know. I mean, these cars do look really nice. I'm really digging the Ford Mustang 164 diecast that we got. I know those are going to be pretty big hot sellers, because heck, when I reviewed the Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Ford Mustang Fit Third Bank car, that almost got 1,000 views. So there's a high demand when it comes to with the new molds, guys. So really cool looking diecast that we got right here. I'm hoping we can get some early releases of the Ford Mustang diecast, but for now, the only one we got so far in stock is the Fifth Third Bank car, which is in NASCAR Authentics in the Daytona Wave, and also at the Roush Fenner Racing Store. But we'll probably see these cars very soon. And to wrap up on the I almost said pre-orders, but that's gonna be our next topic. We got some Joe Gibbs Racing prototype pictures, and most of them look pretty much the same as last year's, but there is one in particular that I'm definitely going to be preaching about. Here comes me cheering about Truex. But let's go in numerical order, guys. So right here we got Kyle Busch's Interstate Batteries Toyota Camry, the green zebra car. Gotta love that. But you can see right there, it does have the bigger spoiler on this car. And a lot of people complain that this car doesn't have the right, suspension on it. I think the suspension is supposed to be a little bit lower. This is a prototype, so maybe they'll fix that, but I don't know. I mean, I don't think Lionel's ever adjusted the suspension on these diecasts lately, because they are supposed to be lower, but you can always do a chassis swap and take the springs out. I mean, that's all you got to do, guys, take the springs out. But I know people like to get their diecast, in mid-condition and don't want to take them apart. Totally understand that, but I don't know. I think that's how the diecasts are going to be. I never seen Lionel ever do anything with suspension. I mean, then again, I'll be surprised if they do, but this might look like, or this might be the official diecast right here, guys. But these are prototypes from what I see. We also got Kyle Busch's M&M's Toyota Camry, the classic M&M scheme. You can't go wrong with this car. I mean, just a beautiful, beautiful car. I mean, the M&M's diecast always look great, and this is one great exception right here. Next one I'm definitely really interested in talk about because it's a brand new paint scheme for Marty Truex Jr., the Auto Owners Insurance diecast. Oh, I love how the eye right there on the corner panel where it says insurance is like cut off. Lionel quality is finest. And of course it's got to be with my driver Truex. Oh, Lionel, you just love getting on my nerves, do you? One of these days I'm just gonna snap. But anyways, guys, this looks like a pretty cool car. I mean, I think the coloring is kind of right on this, but they are probably gonna touch it up, like I've always said. These are prototypes, so this is not what the final product is gonna look like. So a lot of people are gonna be like, "Oh, these cars look like crap," but trust me, Lionel. I mean, even though their quality control is freaking horrendous, they tried to clean up these prototype diecasts to make it look official, but we'll see. But overall, I mean, besides the decal quality, I mean, it does look like a really nice paint scheme. One of my favorite paint schemes that we got for this year, and so cool to see it in diecast form, but should be released very soon, guys. And we also got the to wrap it up on the Joe Gibbs Racing cars. No, there's no Denny Hamlin diecast, unfortunately, but it's basically the same scheme. We got Eric Jones's 2019 Craftsman, and look at that, guys. That's what the red is supposed to look like, unlike that crappy liquid color red that we got from that freaking horrendous Wave 12. Ooh, those dark memories. I'll never forget you, Wave 12. I still can't believe I picked up that car. Man, I'm such a hypocrite. But yeah, really nice looking car. I mean, hoping we can get an accurate version of this diecast in the EL mold in the 164 very soon, but looking really nice, guys. But overall, we got a lot of cool prototype pictures that we just showed. Feel free to comment below which one has been your favorite so far. I'm sure a lot of you guys are going to like those Ford Mustang diecasts, but enough of me talking about those prototypes. It's time to get on to the next P topic, which is the pre-orders, guys. So yeah, we are going to be, this is going to be like a record right here. We got I got like almost 35 pre-orders to be talking about, but we're going to be going through these like a freaking like a NASCAR stage race, guys. It's going to be that fast. But well, not this year's fast, because you know the cars are slow, but you know what I mean. So first up, we got to talk about you know, one of the most popular drivers who are reaching in the ranks of NASCAR. It's Hailie Deegan. We got to talk about her recent win that was at the Las Vegas dirt track. Lionel is offering her Monster Energy Napa Power Premium Care Plus car in the standard version and also in the Las Vegas dirt race win diecast, and this is really cool. This is the second time we've got her second win in the K&N series, so really cool. She's already has the most wins so far for a female driver in the K&N series, so really awesome to see that. And heck, it's a monster diecast, so probably not gonna see 164, but this I'm curious what kind of tooling they're going to use to use this diecast up. Probably gonna be just like last year's car, but and it's interesting that this is an ARC diecast, and the deck lid will open. So that, guys, that's probably gonna be worth it, but it's gonna be a little bit more because of that. But well, it's gonna be like almost $65 if I had to guess. But heck, there's two options for this car, guys. You can get the standard version or the raced version. So really cool. I'm hoping this makes it on the list of diecast to be made. But now we got to talk about some truck wins, guys, and we got one to be talking about that was just offered. It is Kyle Busch's number 51 Cessna Beechcraft Las Vegas truck race win. Now, what's interesting about this one is that this car is actually going to be the first KBM truck that is hopefully going to be produced in both scales. So yes, this truck is offered in 164 scales. So one of my predictions did came right. If we get this truck made, guys, we will be getting our first KBM truck release. So I know we hate Kyle Busch, guys, but heck, if you want to get a 164 truck made and take advantage of this new mold that Lionel has, click that pre-order button, guys. I mean, who knows how much more time you got left. Speaking of Kyle Busch, that's going to be a name we're going to be talking about a lot on pre-orders. We also got to talk about his Las Vegas Xfinity race win, the IK9.com.
Las Vegas Xfinity race win, like I just mentioned. That is offered in the 124 ARC, so really cool. I mean, a new sponsorship for the Joe Gibbs Racing car. Jeffrey Earnhardt also sponsored that car. I'm really surprised we haven't seen a diecast pre-order of this car yet, but Kyle Busch sells more, so I understand that. Next up, we got the newest winner of the Xfinity Series, the first ever regular that freaking won the Xfinity Series. Well, Michael Annett as well, but we got Cole Custer's in the 00 Thompson Pipe Haas CNC Auto Club race win. So really nice diecast that's on the pre-order list, and this is probably gonna be a favorite because Kyle Busch did not got his 200th win in the Xfinity, his 200th overall career win in the Xfinity Series. He did it in the Cup Series, guys, which we're gonna be talking about that very soon. But time to talk about the Cup Cup race win pre-orders. We got Joey Logano's Pennzoil Las Vegas race win. That is offered in the 124 scale, I believe, also in the 164 scale, if I'm not mistaken. No, just 124 ARC and 124 Elite. But pretty ironic to have the Pennzoil car win the Pennzoil 400 at Las Vegas. I mean, heck, quite the conspiracy. Rigged. Just kidding. We also got, like I just mentioned, some Kyle Busch diecast. We got his ISM race win, driven by that good old rainbow car, the Skittles car. I mean, that paint scheme never changes, but this is another car that he brought to victory lane with that iconic paint scheme, so really cool. This is offered in both 124 scales, and his this is going to be a hot one right here, guys. We got the Kyle Busch number 18 Interstate Batteries Auto Club win, also his 200th career win in NASCAR. Now, I'm not going to go too much any more further about about Kyle Busch and that significant win. All I can say is that, I mean, this is definitely going to be a must-get diecast for any Kyle Busch fans, an historical event for any Rowdy Busch fans, and that's all I got to say. I mean, I'm not going to say anything else about this car, so get on the pre-order list, guys. To go along with the Joey Logano Pennzoil Las Vegas race win, we also got the standard version as well. Probably should have tagged along with that, but I wanted to talk about the race win diecast first. But we do got the standard version of the Joey Logano Pennzoil car, so really cool. And we got, let's see, now we're going in numerical order. We got Michael Annett's number 1 TMC transportation car, which probably will get canceled because every time they offer this car, yes, I know he's in a new car number, and he just won a race finally after how many years he's drove in the Xfinity Series. Like, heck, he was even around when it was called the Nationwide Series, guys. Woo! Man, Michael Annett. Tough times to be a fan of him. Well, I guess this is a year to be a fan of him now because he's been very consistent now, so this might be a breakout year for him, guys. But yeah, this diecast on the pre-order list. We also got some other one diecast. We got Kurt Busch's gear wrench car, and this car is offered in both scales, but I'm sure they're going to wipe away that Monster Energy logo on the 164 scale, so, because, you know, Monster Energy, that's a no-no for 164s. We also got this throwback paint scheme of the number 1 Star Nursery car that he just recently drove like a few weeks ago, so really nice looking diecast. I mean, if you're a big fan of Kurt Busch, and if you remember this iconic paint scheme that he used to draw back in the day, then this one is really cool. I'm actually glad they were able to get this car produced, man. He drove to Las Vegas, I believe. What was it? Yeah, I think he only drove this. That's supposed to represent his 1999 NASCAR Southwest Series championship. So that's really cool, and I'm loving all the. And of course, the Monster Energy logo is going to be removed on this car in the 164 if it gets made. So, but at least we're getting some Kurt Busch diecast, guys. So that's really cool. I thought it was going to be a pretty bad year to be a Kurt Busch fan since, you know, Monster Energy sponsors him. But glad to see we got that in the books. We also got some Brad Keselowski diecast in here. We got the Wabash National car that also is going to be a matching car to Ryan Blaney. So hopefully those both diecasts will be made, but love the matching diecast that we got going on. I know some people don't like that, but I like that, so that's pretty cool. We also got the brand new paint scheme for the Worth car, and oh my god, guys, I mean, you cannot go wrong with this paint scheme. This just is so refreshing to see. I mean, no more scallops. I mean, they tried doing the wave paint scheme before, and it worked out pretty well, but this just looks really cool. It looks very vintage, and it looks like a throwback. I mean, very comment below, I mean, what this car kind of looks like. What does this car remind you of? but probably gonna be a hot seller. I'll be definitely surprised if this car get canceled, but that's on the pre-order list. We also got the other armor car. Remember Noah Gregson's armor car, but now we got Justin Allgaier's number 7 armor car. Probably it's gonna get canceled if I'm just making a guess. I mean, I hate to call some diecasts that will be canceled, but I mean, how many times did they offer the armor car and it never got made? Well, probably like the last time the armor car got made was with Dale Jr. And like the number 5 Kevin Harvick car, and that was like, shoot, man, that was like 2014, 2015, if I had to guess, or 2016. I can't remember. After 3 years, like everything just fades away in my mind. We also got Daniel Hemrick's number 8 Caterpillar 306 excavator car, and man, this Caterpillar car looks really cool. I mean, this reminds me of the Bill Davis Racing diecast that the cars that Scott Wimmer and Dave Blaney used to drove, guys. I mean, do you guys remember that team and that car? This car really looks like that, and I got a funny feeling that Daniel Hemrick's gonna do a throwback of the Bill Davis Racing cars. I mean, it only makes sense. I mean, this paint scheme reminds me of those cars, and really cool they were able to do that, guys. But nice looking diecast. I believe he's gonna be driving this at the Roval, so pretty interesting that we are getting a diecast on the pre-order list very early. That's only gonna be running at the Roval from what I see, but really cool diecast. We also got Danny Hamlin's, here we go, Danny Hamlin's FedEx Fright, Round, and Office. Which one do you guys think will be canceled? How about all of them? They're basically just like the Express card, like it has been the last few years. Very disappointing, man. When are we gonna ever go back to, seeing the different colors of the FedEx cars? I mean, I miss the Office blue and the green ground and the red Fright, but it seems like FedEx just loves their orange and purple, man. They don't like any other color apparently, which sucks. I mean, it would definitely bring in some more variety. I mean, if you guys can comment below on why why FedEx stopped doing the colors, feel free to tell me in the comments, because I still remains a mystery of why they don't do that anymore, because a lot of people want it back, but clearly FedEx ain't listening, but who knows. They could be a sponsor that could leave when Hamlin retires, so who knows. Or Christopher Bell picks it up. We also got Ryan Blaney's number 12 Lipman Menards car, so this is going to be another cool looking Menards diecast to get to match along with the Knopf car, so glad to see. It looks like Ryan Blaney's kind of taking over the Paul Menard sponsorships, as you can see right there. So Paul Menard, man, you got to get on the ball. Looks like your boy Ryan Blaney's starting to take those sponsors from you. Just kidding, man. Gotta love both. And my Xbox just randomly turned on. Whoopsie daisy. These damn things are very sensitive. There's always something crazy to happen on the diecast news. But we also got Kyle Busch's number 18 Creamy Snickers car that he drove at the Atlanta race. He always has a special paint scheme to drive at the Atlanta race, and it has to do with Snickers. So pretty cool. We got a nice looking Snickers car. It looks kind of normal, guys. I will be honest with you. We also got some Christopher Bell diecast. We got his number 20 Ream, and we also got his alternate scheme, the Rudd car as well, or Rudd, or whatever the hell it's called. So glad to see both those cars are in this pre-order list, but got a feeling one that will get canceled. And we finally got the Money Lion car that's offered for Joey Logano. You guys remember we had Austin Cindric's and Ryan Blaney's on the pre-order list. Now Joey Logano's is tagging along, so really cool right there. We finally got the updated render and the official diecast render of Brett Moffitt's number 24 PlanBSales.com truck, which has now been officially offered in the 164 scale. So get on the ball, guys. This will be a really cool truck to get if you want in the 164 scale. We also got some Front Row Motorsports diecast as well. We got Michael McDowell's number 34 Loves Speedco car. So really nice looking diecast. It's on the Ford Mustang. And we also got this is the first right here, Matt Tiff's number 36 Speedco Ford Mustang. So really cool to see a cup tipped car. I mean, we have had some really bad luck with some tipped diecast being made, unless you guys got that throwback of the Ron John Surfers car from 2017 or 16, I believe. Let's see, which was a promo, by the way. We also got Chris Busch's number 37 Natural Light Nature Days car. And yes, this car is an alcoholic car, but it will be on the base because of that. I don't even know what the hell Nature Days is. I mean, I don't even drink Natural Light. I mean, I don't know. I'm more of a Bud Light guy, if I do say so myself. Man, I would love to see a Bud Light car in NASCAR. All right, enough of me talking about alcohol. Note to self, Mr. OBB is not a drunk. We also got we got Kyle Larson number 42 McDonald's car, so about time we got the classic McDonald's car. I mean, this paint scheme's starting to grow on to me. I still prefer last year's, but definitely way better than Bubba Wallace's, but hopefully it'll get made, guys. We got 3 Bubba Wallace diecasts that are on the pre-order list. We got his Plan B sales car that just recently ran at the Auto Club race, which feel free to comment below if your guys' name is on this car. I mean, I one of these years I'll probably put my name on one of these cars. I mean, I missed out on the Ride with Dale car and the diecast crazy car from David Starr a few years ago from 2014. And missed out on this one as well, so I don't know. One of these days you'll probably see Mr. Brian LaFleur Jr. on this car, depending when I get the funds. But enough of me talking about that, guys. This is a really nice diecast, and I'm glad that this is the second time that Plan B Sales is doing that with the fans. They did it with Matt DiBenedetto's pink car from Kansas at the playoff race, so really cool. I'm hoping this could be a yearly thing that they do. Plus, it's cool to see Plan B Sales sponsor yet another car. Plan B Sales has been on the rise lately with all these diecasts, all these diecasts being sponsored by them, so that's really cool. We also got the Transportation Impact car, which is basically just like last year's. I mean, some few differences in the sponsors, but that's about it. Look at me talk like Race Day 2011 now. Look at the sponsors. We also got his main sponsor for this year with a Worldwide Technology car. That's also available in both scales. Now we got to talk about Natalie Decker, guys. This truck is going to be offered for the DGR Crossley truck team, the N29 Technologies truck. She hasn't been doing that well in the truck series, but this car has been officially in the pre-order list for both scales, guys, but I will be surprised if it gets canceled. We also got Alex Bowman's number 88 Nationwide Pet Insurance car, so this is a new paint scheme and a new, what was it? This is like a new thing that Nationwide does. I didn't even know they had pet insurance. Heck, probably should get my cats on that very soon. Well, I'm on Progressive, not Nationwide. Alright, enough of me talking about my social life, and I'll wrap it up. I know my good friend Dylan is going to like this car. I'm probably going to get it on the pre-order list. For any Chase Briscoe fans, we got his number 98 Nutri Chops. Hopefully I pronounced that right. Nutri Chops. Man, that's such a funny name to say. Nutri Chops. Yeah, that's on the pre-order list, guys, as well. And you can get all these pre-orders and more on the Line R Racing websites, Plan B Sales, or any of your local diecast dealers. And now let's get on to the turning point of this episode and the final topic of this episode, which is the cancellations. Boy, oh boy. Well, so while lasted, guys, we had 2 episodes. The last 2 episodes of the diecast news had no cancellations, and it was all fine and dandy. But now it's time to get ugly, man. All these diecasts about to show you are from 2019, and any of you guys who are a big fan of 124s and 164s, oh boy, time to get the popcorn out. There's gonna be a lot of bitching on the comments when this premiere is on YouTube. So where do I start? Well, we gotta start in numeric order, right? Because otherwise, well, no, maybe one of these days I could just do it in random order and it'll just surprise you guys. But want to keep it predictable for you guys. So first up, we got Ryan Newman's number 6 Wyndham Rewards car. This has been officially canceled in the 124 Elite and ARC. So the 164 has been officially made, so that's cool that we're getting the Wyndham Rewards car produced for another year with a different driver. I still prefer last year's paint scheme, but yeah, I think this was pretty underrated car, but very surprising that it's not going to be made in the 124 scale. I would have saw it getting canceled in the 164 scale. Speaking of the devil, guys, we got to talk about this is the only car that is only canceled in 164 scale for this listed diecast, and it is Jeff Burden's number 8 State Waters Heaters Xfinity car. I mean, I kind of saw this one coming because, you know, Jeff Burden, I mean, when has he been relevant lately? I mean, it's cool to see him with Junior Motorsports, but, you know, at least we're going to get his 124 made, but that does suck. I mean, and you guys are a big fan of the State Water Heaters paint schemes. I mean, they've never really changed his paint scheme, but it is a different looking car, and it's a brand new car for the Xfinity series. But, heck, am I surprised that this car got canceled? I mean, not really, so. Next up, we also got, these two are pretty surprising because I thought there was a good fan base for these guys, but, man, got loads of surprises. So, we got some Noah Gragson diecasts that have been canceled in both scales, guys, for the Xfinity series. So, his armor car, that has been canceled in both scales, so it won't be offered at all. So yeah, that's pretty unfortunate. So I'm sure Justin Allgaier's armor car is going to tag along with that very soon in the next few episodes. I mean, the armor cars just can't sell, guys, no matter how many times they change the paint scheme. As long as they don't go back to that all gold paint scheme that they used to have. I mean, I swear to God, that paint scheme looked like straight up diarrhea and toilet water because it was just blue and gold. It looked like crap. But they cleaned up this paint scheme and it looks pretty nice. But we also got the Cessna car that has been canceled, also in both scales. Very unfortunate right there. I mean, we usually get the Cessna cars produced with McMurray, so it was cool to see. It looks like Cessna went on board with the Xfinity Series. Well, they've been with Kyle Busch now so far. I wonder what happened to the Cessna sponsorship with whatchamacallit. Well, I know McMurray did at the Daytona 500, but I haven't seen Cessna around anymore in the Cup Series. That, or they're just a very small associate sponsor with Ganassi on Kurt Busch's or Kyle Larson's car. Who knows, but pretty unfortunate that we got yet another no brakes and diecast produced that's not going to be produced. I'm hoping the Switch card made the list. I mean, it probably did, since, you know, that paint scheme looks really nice. But now we got to talk about Ty Dillon, guys. His Twisted Tea car. This is the first time, guys. It has been canceled in all scales. I mean, we usually get the Twisted Tea car made every year, so this is the first, guys, that we've got the Twisted Tea car canceled in every single scale. 124 Elite, 164 scale, and 124 ARC. So this car definitely is on the chopping block. We also got some Eric Jones diecast as well. We got the Eric Jones number 20 Research Fine Foods car. That's also been canceled in every single scale. So 124 Elite, 124 ARC, and 164. I mean, heck, guys, when was the last time we had the Reese's car produced? I mean, heck, maybe they produced it last year, but I think Reese's is probably the most underrated sponsor that Eric Jones has. I mean, Eric Jones has so much sponsors lately, especially one of his new sponsors that is now on the cancellation list. His Stanley car, guys, that has been canceled in the 124 Elite and ARC. So 164 collectors, you're in luck. This car made it into the list, so it will be made. But for 124 collectors, pretty unfortunate. And it was really cool to see. I really thought Stanley was going to go with Truex, but they decided to take a route and go with Eric Jones, which is really cool because it looks like we're going to get the DeWalt car and the Stanley car produced both in 164 scales. So that's going to be really cool. If you guys remember the Marcus Ambrose cars from a few years ago, that's going to be a great collection to go along with that, since, you know, DeWalt and Stanley, they're basically the same company, or they're run by the same company. So really cool. I mean, I don't know, I still kind of like last year's, but I still like Carl Evans' Stanley car. But glad to see they change up the paint scheme, and it's going to be made in 164, guys. In the last diecast we talk about of this cancellation list, as we're about to wrap up this episode of the NASCAR Diecast News, it is going to be Chris Buescher's number 37 Kleenex Wet Wipes car. Oh God, I got a lot of comments to say about that. This has been canceled in every single scale, guys. So, like I just mentioned, with the Twisted Tea and the Reese's Fine Foods car, 124 Elite, 124 ARC, and 164. So this car definitely gets a big red X all over its ass. Oh God, I just made a pun because this car is about wet wipes. Apologize for the profanity, but I just had to say that because, you know, you gotta love my punny puns. Oh dear God. Alright, well, I mean, but with that in mind, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this episode. I can't even talk right now. Holy crap, Ebola. I'm just making up mumble jumble words now. That's what happens when I got to talk about a lot of stuff, guys. But really appreciate you guys' continuing support of the Diecast News, and I'm hoping that we're going to get on the ball and produce more content for you guys. I got another What's in Stores video coming up about Wave 2, and lots of diecast reviews as well to talk about on Wave 2 as well. Maybe I found Wave 2 if you guys saw my Instagram. So, yeah, guys, I might have took a break, but OBB is back and better than ever, guys. But once again, I appreciate you guys' continuing support. I'm almost at 3,000 subscribers, guys. Like, that is freaking awesome. If we could get to 3,000 subscribers by May, that'd be awesome, because you guys know May, I take my vacation. But that's enough of me talking, guys. This has been OBB, the Diecast News Guy. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of the NASCAR Diecast News 211, and I will catch you guys hopefully on yet another NASCAR Diecast News episode. Or they're they're just a very small associate sponsor with Ganassi on Kurt Busch's or Kyle Larson's car. But who knows? But pretty unfortunate that we got yet another No Breaks and Diecast produced that's not going to be produced. I'm hoping